Hey guys, Merry Christmas 2020, the year of the suck. Anyway, got my hands on an Xbox X. We're gonna unbox it and tell you what we think, so stand by. So we were able to get our hands on this actually a few weeks ago. You know, I was one of the dorks who sat around on Black Friday trying to get one of these things, stood in line or whatever. But I thought I'd wait till now to actually unbox this thing. The packaging's pretty sweet. We're gonna just start by opening this baby up and looking at what's inside. Just some tabs here to take off. All right. And here's the Holy Grail, baby. Right here. Pretty sweet the way they present that. Power your dreams, baby. So packaging's pretty cool. You've got the box here, obviously. Let's look. We're gonna put that aside for a second and see what comes inside the box. So it opens up to a nice presentation. Looks like we've got the instructions here and everything else. It's a pretty sweet box though. It's gonna be hard to throw that away. Open everything up here. And here we've got everything inside. Our cables, our power. And here's the controller that came with it. With AA batteries apparently, which again, I can't understand why in the world they wouldn't go rechargeable by now, like PlayStation, but oh well. Controller's pretty sweet. Pretty slimlined. Pretty awesome. Much smaller than some of the other controllers. That'll be awesome for gaming. And that looks like that's all there is in that box. We got the Costco bundle actually, so it came with an extra controller, so we've got that. We're gonna go ahead and open up the actual box itself. Again, I love this packaging. It's pretty cool for the anticipation. And there it is, baby. It's pretty heavy, actually, pretty hefty. And if we move this around, you can see how that's going to look when we have it set up. What we're going to do is we're going to go hook this up and we're going to throw some old original Xbox games on here and give you our review of how we think how it does with those. It's supposed to upgrade them so the pictures are better and it plays well. So we're not going to be playing Xbox X games on this today. We're going to be actually throwing original Xbox games in here, and we'll be back with that in a minute. All right, we're going to fire this thing up for the first time. We're going to be getting an Xbox screen here that is going to make us go get everything set up. The TV we're using is only a 1080p, so it's not a 4K or an 8K. So clearly we're not going to see the quality of what this thing's capable of doing. We're going to go through and we're going to actually set up with the app rather than the controller, so we'll come back when that's done. All right, we've been able to play with the Xbox X for a few days over Christmas. And as you can see in the background, I've got an Xbox game loaded up on here, which is pretty cool. The really cool thing about it is it actually does make it fit a modern screen, and the resolution's pretty sweet, which is cool. One of the primary reasons that I bought this was that I was excited to be able to go back and play all my original Xbox games from years ago. Not just the 360 games and Xbox One. I want to be able to play the Xbox games. So although this is really cool and all, this is the bummer part that we discovered. This is a pile of our games that we have. And out of all of our games, these are the ones that don't work. And these are the 2 that work. So literally, we can play 2 of our Xbox games, which is really frustrating. So for me, I'm really disappointed in the Xbox X. I'll probably be returning it because we also got a PS5, and I'm frustrated because this thing doesn't play original Xbox games like they really marketed, and apparently it's only going to play about 40 different titles, which for me is really frustrating because I wanted something that could go back and play everything. So tell me your feelings, what you think. I know this is going to be an awesome system for lots of other people. For me though, I'm going to stick with PlayStation for now. So one of the things that I want to talk about is the Xbox X controller. And I'm surprised that Microsoft didn't want to do something better with this. It's still pretty much the basic controller, and you still got the battery, AA batteries in there. And there's nothing really fancy about it. You get the rumbling effect and all that kind of thing, but when you think about the fact that Xbox knew that PlayStation was going to be releasing the PS5 and all the features on the PS5, especially with their controller, I would have hoped that Microsoft would have done the same with theirs out of the box. Instead, we've got a really basic controller, and if you want to get something that would be comparable to the PS5 with the resistance and everything else, with all the other features and all the really neat things you can do with the PS5 controller, you're gonna have to pay another $200 or so to get a different controller from Xbox. To me, that's a bummer because, again, it's a feature that they should have included. I think given that this was all being released around the holidays, I don't think it was a very wise thing for Microsoft to do, but Xbox people are gonna love their Xbox, but for me as a primary PlayStation person, it's not helping me convert. One of the other primary reasons that we wanted to get the newest Xbox was that my kids love to play Fortnite, both my married kids and my high school kids. And they've been playing it on PS4 now for over a year. And ironically, we got everything hooked up for this Xbox X, and they just wanted to play it. And in order for them to be able to play Fortnite on this thing, they're gonna have to pay in order to play. They can't just log in like they do on PlayStation and just play the game for free and then upgrade when they want to within the game. Instead, you'll see on the screen, this is what happens when they try to go in for Fortnite. They have to pick what kind of Xbox plan they're gonna have, whether it's the Xbox Live Gold for $9.99 a month or the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and get the 3 months for $1, but then renew for $14.99 a month. Again, that's another frustration to me as an owner of both these systems. I've had the original Xbox, I've had all the PlayStations, and I'm frustrated that Microsoft is just continuing to make it, in my view, more difficult just to be a gamer. And I think it's because they want more control. So again, I plan on returning mine until they, figure some stuff out. Maybe they'll wise up. I would challenge them just to fix this problem with be able to go back and play the old games, and also take care of this situation where you've got a game that millions of people like to play and millions of them are already playing it on PlayStation for free. They're not going to convert over to your system when this is a boneheaded plan like this. So again, share me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Peace out.